Welcome to Hawker on Foot. Today we're going to the Tekka Centre. Let's go. The Tekka Centre is in Little India, and I wanted to make sure I got to it before it closed down for renovations. Google Maps said the walk should take less than an hour, and the walk ended up taking about an hour and 10 minutes. The first interesting thing I ran into on the way is the Shuanglim Temple on the Toapayoh Heritage Trail. If you want to explore more on the Toapayoh Heritage Trail, I put the link in the comments. The temple is about 120 years old and has undergone a series of renovations in recent decades. We see here at the entrance to the temple are the two guardian lions. This one we can tell is the female lion because it has a cub here under her paw. As I keep walking over the highway, I wanted to stop and show how much effort is put into making Singapore green. On the side of the highways, there are so many trees and flowers, and even looking back from this rooftop, we see in between these trees the Shuanglim Temple. I'll talk more about the Million Trees movement and the greening of Singapore in later episodes, but for now, let's get moving to Little India. The walk itself is pretty safe and straightforward. Google Maps was accurate, and I was able to stay on sidewalks for, I think, the whole trip. Between the Shuanglim Temple and Little India, there were some nice looking coffee shops and bakeries. As I started my approach into Little India, I saw this cool durian stall called Mr. Durian. Durian is a popular fruit in Singapore, and it's known for its pungent aroma. Durian is definitely not allowed on public transport because of that aroma, and other places like hotels or taxis might have durian restrictions as well, so Mr. Durian delivers island-wide. Could be a nice alternative for those looking to get a durian fix but don't know how to transport. Let's teleport further down the walk where we hit the Little India Heritage Trail and see the Sri Virama Kaliamman Temple. We can see the spire as we approach, and I didn't stay and film because I was a bit self-conscious about whether or not it was appropriate or not, and I just erred on the side of caution on that. This temple was built by Bengali migrant workers in the late 1800s and is one of the oldest Hindu temples in Singapore. There are 10 other sites along the Little India Heritage Trail, and the link to that is below if you want to check out what's there. Continuing on Serangoon Road, we see a lot of jewelers. And as we walk from the temple to Tekka, maybe you can count how many gold shops you see and put your number in the comments below.
Got my mind to it, dedicating all my time to it. Never quit, never stop. Carpe diem, they D-A-N-D-M. Not doing it for the per diem or the DM like, hey, I'ma hear him. Wanna go riding the PM? Well, find somebody else because...
And here we are at the Tekka Centre, so let's take a quick look around and get some food. I got here around 3 p.m., which is kind of a dead time for hawker centers because it's too late for lunch and too early for dinner. So some stalls will be open from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. and other stalls might be open from 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. or something like that. But regardless of my poor timing, the Tekka Centre felt full of life and there were plenty of stalls to choose from. I decided to keep it simple and grab some roti prata from Raman. You might have noticed my hard T when I was pronouncing prata, and that's because an old colleague used to make fun of me as it's not Prada like the handbag, it's not a designer, it's food, bro. So maybe that colleague will join me on a future episode. Let's see. I reserved my table with the handkerchief and went on to order. When I ordered, the uncle recommended me some banana and chocolate banana prata. So I ordered those in addition to the cheese prata that I was kind of craving. The banana and chocolate banana prata aren't really something that I would seek out. I imagine these would be good small desserts for kids if you're out and want to grab a little snack for them. The cheese prata was decent and it was served with curry dipping sauce that blended the spices perfectly. The spices were blended super nice. Nothing stood out as particularly overpowering. Next to me, there was a Malay auntie enjoying her lunch. She didn't want to be filmed, but she let me take a photo of what she ordered. She was having some appam, which is similar to dosa or like a thin pancake. She said she would normally have an egg with it, but at her age, she was trying to watch her cholesterol, so she just has it plain these days. To drink, I was fine with just drinking water after my long walk, but the uncle from one of the stalls came over and I couldn't resist ordering a masala chai from our Raman Cafe. The masala chai was tasty. You could taste the spice in it. It wasn't like a Scoville level spice. It's more like the ginger and the cinnamon, cloves, the cardamom. And it's balanced nicely with condensed milk. The condensed milk gives it that creamy, smooth kind of texture and also gives it a little bit of sweetness. Alright, nothing left to do but to check off the boxes. Today I had roti prata and masala chai, and you can see it's the first boxes I'm checking off on the Hawker on Foot project. This is my card that I got from Hello Singapore Tours. That link is below. If you want to check out the best food tour in Singapore, check out Hello Singapore Tours. And you can get a card like this as well and start checking off the food as you go and eat them at the Hawker Centre. And that was my walk to the Tekka Centre. If you have a Hawker Centre you want me to try, or some food that you want me to try out at a Hawker Centre, let me know in the comments and maybe I'll see you there.